Let's kick things off with a question from Mark Narducci.
Hey, Doc, I wanted to ask you what you thought about Seth tonight. You had talked the other night about how, you're going to see about his lack of strength and stuff like that. He came out and had a nice game. Do you feel that there was a real positive sign for him?
Yeah, it's probably one of the better signs of the game. I thought early on he was still looked like a little slow, and then you could see, I think it was in the third quarter mark, but I'm not sure, maybe even the second, scored a couple buckets, started getting loose. You could see he started moving better, so that was really a positive sign for us. I think it's the first time since he's been back, other than the first game, that he looked relatively normal.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead, Tom. Hold on, Tom, you're muted.
I thought even with what Joel and Ben did for your team, it seemed like you guys really got going with those back-to-back baseline threes by Danny Green after the technical foul there in the third.
Yeah, I thought that was a big point, the turning point in the game, really. We get to Tech, and then we get a couple stops. We start pushing the ball up. That was the key going into the game is, we felt like we can attack the paint in transition, and it would lead to threes, and that's what happened.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Rich.
Hey, Doc, you talked before the game about, where you would slot Ben, if they had Durant and Irving. You didn't put him on Harden until probably midway through the third quarter.
Yeah.
I'm curious, was that a foul-based decision, and did you think that was a part of the reason that the game changed when you finally...
Yeah, I do think it was part of the reason this changed, but I thought, you try to use anyone else as long as you can, which gives Ben the advantage, especially as far as energy-wise. And I thought once we made the switch, I thought that was one of the big turning points, for sure. I didn't want him starting out, and Harden just draws too many fouls, creates too much stuff. So our goal was try to get to the second half. We did that, and it worked out pretty well.
Up next is Kai.
Hey, Coach. I guess just from an overall standpoint, this seemed like, again, you get Ben back and Danny Green gets open for a three in the first half. He created so many different looks for them offensively. What can you really just kind of assess Ben's performance tonight?
Yeah, again, I don't know what he had in assists. I didn't even look, 12. But, probably he had assist attempts, probably 25. We just missed some of them. It's amazing what he single-handedly does for your offense. He creates as many threes. I don't know if anyone in the league creates more threes than Ben Simmons does. Maybe LeBron, possibly. I'm not even sure. But he just has a great knack with the floor space. We're doing a great job spacing the floor, which allows Ben to get into the paint and transition, sucks someone in, and Ben finds him. And it's been very good for us all year.
Thank you.
Let's go to Paul.
Hey, Doc, you mentioned already that Ben going on James kind of turned the tide of the game, but that trio of Ben, Danny Green, and Matisse really seemed to also, your switchability with those three guys really seemed to open things up. What did you see out of those guys?
Yeah, it was great to have all three on the floor at the same time, because one of the things James does so well is look for matchups. He searches the floor and picks who's coming. There's no one out there. He had Tobias, he's big, agile. Matisse, Ben, Danny. So that was a good defensive group for us.
Thanks, Doc.
Let's go to Bob.
Thanks, Liz. Doc, following up on what the colleagues are talking about, but did you at halftime encourage the team to step it up defensively and turn the pressure on? And again, obviously you're the expert, but I echo your comments about Ben. His force defensively in the third quarter was...
Yeah, it changed the game for sure. Yeah. I thought allowing him to play off, Harden for the first half gave us a lot of energy in the second half, and that's when you want to have it. It allowed him to still push the ball up on the break, which is so important for us as well. So, again, Ben does it just... I think you have to coach him and be around him to see his value, but he's invaluable to a basketball team and what he does. Not only just with his defense and with his passing, but just so many little things that he does that is just unbelievable.
Thank you.
We'll do 4 more, starting with Danny Palmels.
Hey, Doc, on Thursday against Portland, Joel had 37, but the next closest scorer only had 15 points. But here tonight, you get 7 players in double figures, all 5 starters scoring double figures. Talk about the balance and how important that is to the team.
Yeah, that's how we want to
With you
play.
guys on the road trip.
That's how we have to play. Like when we have one guy with a big night and no one else, we typically don't win those games, you know. But when you have everybody with big nights, everybody involved, everyone touching the ball, first of all, I think it makes you a better defense because everyone's in a good mood. You know, they have a better spirit. So I like the balance tonight way better. I think we're a better team when we do it that way.
Go ahead, Nicholas. Let's go to Jackson Frank.
Hey, Doc. You mentioned that you felt like when Ben started guarding Harden, it kind of changed the game. What was it about Ben's defense that you thought kind of specifically was maybe preventing Harden from doing what he wanted early in the game that maybe kind of changed things for you?
Well, early in the game, he wasn't on him, you know, for the most part. It was more in the third quarter. But I also thought having Ben guard him and then being able to switch the pick and rolls with Matisse and Danny. So it wasn't just one guy. But I thought having that group on the floor at the same time, getting out on the break, getting stops, I thought just the force that we played with, knowing that they played last night as well, really helped us.
So it was just kind of a little bit about between limiting the mismatches that Harden could switch off of on those screens also and then get up and running off of those stops.
Exactly, yeah, because he's such a smart player. He knows there's a mismatch on the floor somewhere. He tends to find it, you know. Taking those off the floor was good for us.
Thank you.
We'll do 2 more, starting with Nicholas.
Hello? Yes? It's okay?
Yeah, we got you.
Yes, thank you. Hello, Coach. Your defense were better in the third quarter, and you made big run. I would like to know, do you think you won this game in the third quarter?
I think we won the game throughout, you know, like we gave our chance, you know, we were, it was close going into the halftime, but I liked where we were at. I liked our energy. But I thought the third quarter run, both defensively and offensively, changed the game for sure.
Thank you.
Last question goes to David.
Hey, Coach Davide from Italy here. I'm curious about what do you think has made you the best team in the East so far?
You know, I don't know. Defensively, we've been very solid overall. I think, you know, we have Joel playing in a great place, in a great spot. I think our guys understand how to play around him, which has been nice. I think putting the ball in Ben's hands more has been a big change for us. And I think that all those things have worked for us.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.